Ladies and gentlemen, let's receive Kingsley for spoken words.
Amen. The theme of this program today is His Glory. And this piece, I titled it, His Glory in Us. Amen. I remember Eden, a place where divinity housed His glory and caused man to live in. I remember Eden. I remember the way God stepped down from the staircase of eternity, walks into time, just to come and dwell with man, to gift him his presence. I remember Eden. I remember the way he abandoned the endless praises of angels just to come and watch man playing with lions. I remember Eden. I remember the very way he could not abandon man. He could not watch man stay in the dark. So every evening he steps down. He steps down to shine his face, which is brighter than the sun. I remember Eden. I remember the point angels gathered together to discuss. One said, "What is man that you are mindful of him?" I remember Eden. I remember the journey to man's glory. The very day man stepped out of faith, stripped himself of the full armor of God. I remember Eden. That day it was a lover betraying his lover. It wasn't just abandoning God, yet God couldn't abandon him. He couldn't watch man stay far away from his presence. He had to wrap his very presence in a box, called it the Ark of the Covenant, and told man, "Carry me." I remember Eden. Several times man abandoned him. Man, Israel, abandoned him in the hands of the Philistines. He has to walk back by himself back to Israel and beg, "Man, please, can you rather store me in a house, build me a house, call it the Holy of Holies?" I remember Eden. Yet many times, accessing him would cost the blood of bulls and cattle. God couldn't afford his presence being just for the rich. He had to tear the very veil in the Holy of Holies, came out of the box, called the Ark of the Covenant, rushed in like a mighty rushing wind just to come dwell in man. I remember Eden. His glory in us. His glory in us transcends time. From the days of the ark down to the Moses. Moses caught a glimpse of it. He told God, "God, if you will not go with me, don't send me. For how they believe you sent me if you don't go with me?" And God looked at him and said, "Moses, I will personally follow you." Enoch caught a glimpse of it. And the embassy of eternity granted him visa out of the world. I remember Eden. Paul caught a glimpse of it and he started playing with death. I remember Eden. It is what you take to the stage and see on the stage. His glory. David caught a glimpse of it and his melodies was able to overshadow the demon in Saul. I remember Eden. When a minister catches this, the very melodies he produces creates a hunger, reproduces a hunger and a yearning for God. I remember Eden. I remember the processes that divinity longed to be with man. This is the glory in us. It shocks me. I repeat, this is the glory in us, but it comes with side effects. Please, if you must still keep him inside you, you must know it comes with side effects. Sometimes it makes you wake up late in the night, release arrows in the atmosphere, and then go back to sleep. It comes with side effects. Sometimes it makes you speak in tongues while walking on the road. It is normal. That is how CEOs who manage innumerable company of angels behave. I remember Eden. A place where we carry God's presence. I remember Eden. People do not understand it. The logical mind cannot understand it. How do we tell them we dare Corona? How do we tell them we don't fear Corona? Because Jesus is our co-runner in this race. He is backing us. How can we fear Corona? I remember Eden. The audacity of his presence. The other day, a great general caught the audacity. He shouted in Ebenezer's grace, I cannot fail because God cannot fail. For me to fail, God has to fail. Since God cannot fail, I cannot fail. Therefore, no one can expect me to fail. The audacity of his presence. I remember Eden. I remember the very ways it happens in Eden. I remember the communion. Today, the presence, the grace, the glory that exudes from Eden still resides in you. Please manage the side effects. Thank you.